All right, all right. All praises to the Most High and Yahweh Shai. Uh, all praises to the brothers. Just want to touch in on this point as this Issachar brother is making concerning uh, concerning something in the diaspora, the scattering, and you know, it's a very important point we need to understand because we want to place certain. We know the Bible's right. He's telling us we can recognize each other because and recognize the Israelites because they're going to be scattered by tribes on certain geographical locations. That's why God allowed Jacob to tell his sons that and prophesy, because he knew that there was going to be people who steal our identity. We was going to lose our culture and identity. So this is the point he's making that kind of lets us know we don't have to be worried about how we look and who the people are, because if God still has to come and separate the wheat from the tare. Okay, so we get caught up on how each other look, and I mean, yeah, we're supposed to keep the imposters out when we see people who don't look like us or maybe look like us a little bit, but we see them trying to work with us to sabotage us, and we can't really prove who they are. Then yeah, we're supposed to stop all those, even Israelites, when they are set to sabotage the truth of the Bible, and to throw or work interference in the message of the Bible. Then we cast all of that down. We cast all those imaginations and workings down. Okay, but this I want you to see this point. This is that this brother's making.
Conquered off the field. Issachar, just real quick. So, he's Officer Issachar. Y'all label him as Mexican, but your tribe is what? Issachar. Issachar, according to the Bible. He's one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah, so the Aztecs. Okay, so, you do your research, and I know you guys probably do. If you go back to 1492, right? Off of Granada, Seville, all the places in Spain and stuff, right? Y'all were called the Moors. That's why it's Latin for Moreno. That's why we call y'all Morenos, right? So in the Bible, it's prophetic. We're going to read it, Jeremiah 50, verse 33.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah.
So children of Israel is prophetic to the northern kingdom after the split. And the Judah are the southern kingdom, right? Those are your Jamaicans, your Haitians, and your blacks, right? Read.
Were oppressed together.
We have always been oppressed together. That's why when they conquered the dark ages, right?
See, that's the point I want to make. That he made. He said we have always been oppressed together. Well, when you think about that, when you think about that, that's true. Nobody can say, nobody can say what bloodline from what tribe was left where. Might just be two or three brothers that was left somewhere, and they kept generating. You see what I mean? So we don't know, we don't know who was where and with who. But we know as a whole, in the majority, the tribes were set in a certain geographical locations. And so we want to make that point there. But another point I want to make is look at the demeanor of these Christians. These Christians that sat down. Since they sat down, you go back and watch the video and you tell me if you see what I see. But they have been posturing with their arms folded, pushed back away from the table. They standoffish. They're not asking any questions. Then the only person that's following with scripture with the word is the guy here in the green shirt. He might be the pastor. Not judging them for their appearance, but because they're just learning. But they act like they don't want to hear it. That's what I was thinking. But now you watch the response when this brother start talking. When this young Issachar brother start talking, it could be the group thing too. It could be a group thing, or maybe some of these men have relatives that are light skinned or even Caucasian girlfriends and stuff. So it could be a bunch of stuff. But at least they wasn't trying to uh, cause a lot of confusion. But let's just take it back and kind of watch their demeanor before he starts talking. It's not long. It's not. Won't be long.
Alexander VI of Rome commissioned
Look at
Leonardo
him,
and
arms
so forth to
folded,
paint Caesar Borgia. Okay?
arms folded, arms folded, not responding to anything that the men are saying. Now they introduce themselves as captains and elders, whatever. But they introduce Issachar down there, kind of like he's the lowest on the totem pole. But still, you watch their demeanor. They're not interested in learning what these men are saying.
Many shall come in what?
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
That's why this says the Christians here. Okay? They profess Christianity. Okay? Real?
And shall
Watch their expressions. You look at their expressions. The expressions when the elders break down, when the prophets break down the scripture. You look at their expressions. They all covering their faces. They're hiding their expressions. I don't know. They seem to be pretty wise. You know, they're hiding their expressions. So so they know that they're giving off bad vibes, cause it's eating them up so bad, man. The vibes are so negative. It's like they don't want to be here. They don't want them to be there. They feel like, hey, you guys are images of our fathers. I bet all that. I bet if you get them in a group, they're gonna tell you they were experiencing all that, man. Just watch them, and then watch how they're different, their change in their demeanor when the so-called underdog of the purple group speak. Okay, here we go.
deceive many.
Right. Great deception. Because remember, there's no Bible scripture that says Jesus looked like that. That has blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin. But everybody believed it. That image under the true image at the top, everybody believes it.
That's what it means by many. It don't mean like 13 or a couple hundred. It means millions.
Millions of people across the planet Earth. Okay, still in the churches to this very day. That's why it says here that judgment is going to be greater than the Muslims because they deceive many. Go ahead.
In the name of the zealous. Yeah, big tall statue. Y'all seen that? Of the white image of Jesus Christ. Deceiving our people.
Can I say something? Can I get 2 Corinthians 11 and 4? Because they say that.
Okay, watch the demeanor. Watch the demeanor of the Christian brothers now. Watch and see if they respond. Do they giving out any kind of listening techniques? Like, yeah, okay, I hear you. Okay, I'm listening. I got that. See if they're giving off any. We know with the other brothers they wasn't giving off. I'm not. I'm not listening to you. I'm just looking at you. I'm not responding to you. Okay. See what kind of vibes are they giving off now?
They say the Latinos and blacks are different, right? Well, before you get that, can you get Jeremiah 15:33 showing that we got conquered at the same time? If y'all research the history, the Moors got conquered off the hill.
Just real quick.
Check out what they're doing though. They're first giving him eye respect. They are all looking him in the eye. Check it out. Except for the brother he's chasing the scriptures down here in this green shirt. But the other guys who were not attentive and not showing any kind of eye respect, any kind of eye level. You a man, I'm a man. Let's look at each other in the eye. It was more like you a man, I'm a boy. It was more like puppies. They were being like puppies. Now they're dealing with somebody on their own level. They understand that now. Let's see.
So again, he's Officer Issachar. Y'all
see how he looked? They looked up. They looked up at him.
Issachar.
These are scared young men. These are scared young men too, And people deal better with people, of their own peer group, age, everything.
Castings. Okay. So if you do your research, and I know you guys probably do. You go back to 1492, right? Off of Granada, Seville, all the places in Spain and stuff, right? Y'all were called the Moors. That's why it's Latin for Moreno. That's why we call y'all Morenos, right? So in the Bible, it's prophetic. We're gonna read it, Jeremiah 50, verse 33.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 33. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah.
So children of Israel is prophetic to the northern kingdom after the split. And the Judah are the southern kingdom, right? Those are your Jamaicans, your Haitians, and your blacks, right? Read.
Were oppressed together.
We have always been oppressed together. That's why when they conquered the dark ages, right? Because that's what they called it, the dark ages. The Aztecs were black. The Native Americans were black. The Cubans were black. The Puerto Ricans were black. But they didn't have those names. Those names are not biblical. So what happens is we got conquered at the same time, 1492, and now Paul is going to give us what happened to us right when the boats landed in Mexico and Puerto Rico. 2 Corinthians 11.
Hey, check this out. What he said is you got conquered at the same time. You right. Because when they hit, it's deep what he's saying, man, because when they hit America, there was already Morenos. He know that. Look at Cooey Mayo's. He's a little deeper than Dane Calloway and the other Aboriginal groups. Cooey Mayo would show you where the Moors running with King James up out of England, out of Europe. They came over here on those ships that was coming over here bringing indentured white people, indentured. Well, they're not white, Edomites, bringing them here to work and get away from Europe, because Europe was dying. Europe was dying. No food, no fish, nothing, no animals. Europe was dying. Europe and Asia was dying. They had ate up everything up there. So they were running over here because this was the land of milk and honey, right? Africa really didn't have 80% of the food that they have over there now. They couldn't eat the wild animal. I mean, so what has happened is when they hit here, they had us all in captivity together, and because they knew where to come. Hernandez, the Declaration of Discovery, it gave them permission to go and round us up and put us in captivity together in every land and where we were. Make us slaves again. We got Europe. Now let's finish them off. Let's go make them our slaves like the prophecy said. That's what they were doing. Alexander the Great saw himself in prophecy, I'm sure. And I'm sure Mr. Putin see himself in prophecy. Okay? So that was a good point. Go back and watch the video. It's a good video. They laid it out, and they were not listening until this. They were not listening until this Issachar brother started talking. They heard everything. They heard everything, but they were not listening. So maybe God can bring it back to their memory. But yeah, you could tell that that thing about peer pressure and peer groups people respond to people in the same group better than they do to people outside of their group, whether it be age, color, whatever, sex, whatever group you want to connect with. Okay. All praise to the Most High.